inspiration shows up in the most unexpected ways. Sometimes it's a random quote, a YouTube video you stumble on, or a song you heard the 20th time, but this time it's just a tiny bit different. And I thought to myself, okay, why do we keep those moments always for ourselves? That's why I wanted to share 5 things that inspired me this month, or last month, because all of them changed me a tiny bit. So I want to share what they were, where I found them, and what questions they made me ask, to hope that they are also changing something in you or make you inspired. So let's start.
How Henry made my habit stick.
You know, sometimes you click on a video and somewhat expect to know what this video will do. Personally, I've watched a lot of videos about journaling and about the perfect notebook and everything you should do that the habit finally sticks. But they all kind of blur together for me. Very often, otherwise, I had the feeling like, okay, if I start journaling, I have to do it in this way, or this way is the perfect way. And it felt either so rigid that I couldn't fit in myself, or it was so loose that I didn't really know how to start. Except this one actually changed something in me. I think what was different for me in this video is the way how Henry described it. It wasn't only journaling is great, you should do it, but also what kind of inspirations he had and what worked and also what didn't work. And the most important thing, how he made it his own. It didn't feel like a, oh, one way fits everyone kind of way, but a more personal way of doing it. And because of that video, I actually started carrying this one around with me. A little notebook. It's not as fancy as his. It's not as pretty. It's pretty beaten up, to be fair. And I definitely don't have a cool stamp to use it in. I don't follow rigid rules. I'm not writing very carefully in it or transfer something, but I have a book that I just carry around in my pocket. But the most important thing is that I actually use it. To be fair, it's not that long ago that I watched his video, and still I'm basically done. 1 page is left. For me, it actually turned into my go-to thing to carry with me, because I try to use my phone less, and this helps me to do something while waiting, for example. I was sitting in the dentist's office, or like the waiting area situation, and I didn't know what to do. There were no magazines and I didn't want to use my phone, so instead I just grabbed it and read through it. There were some video ideas I wanted to work on. I mean, even this video idea I first wrote down here because I had it while making a sandwich or something. It also reminds me to kind of reflect on my habits and all those things that I do very automatically, like grabbing for my phone. I can highly recommend it, and also to watch the video. I will link it down below.
Inspiration I wanted to hide.
Okay, so this one. I didn't expect it to inspire me. Actually, I thought about not even mentioning it because it's a bit complicated. It's a book which is called The Magic, and it's written by Rhonda Byrne. And the reason why I didn't want to mention it first, or didn't think that it would help me or benefit me, or why I'm a bit iffy about it, is that it's a bit complicated. So the first book, The Secret, is about the law of attraction. So basically you're thinking positively and sending positive things out there and positive energy, and you will get positive things. And this book is about gratitude. The thing is, while gratitude, for example, and having positive thoughts or a positive mindset are great, for me those books are a bit extreme. They're saying, for example, like, if you are too negative, then you're getting sick. Or if you're not grateful enough for your job, then you will lose it, and that's basically your fault. And that's not really how life works. This kind of thinking can actually be very harmful if brought to such an extreme, especially for people who struggle with mental health, are in a crisis, or depressed. That's why I wouldn't recommend to actually buy this book. But now we're coming to the thing that inspired me and surprised me. This version has 28 days of exercises how to learn gratitude, or not necessarily how to learn gratitude, but how to be more grateful. It did help me and inspired me to be more grateful, and also the way it says you should be more grateful in saying not only, oh, I'm grateful for the sun, but also why you're grateful. So for example, I'm grateful for the sun because it gives me energy and I can go out more often. Those are great things. And because I think those are great, in the comment section I will write down 28 different topics or things you can do if you want to try out gratitude. It does impact you positively, so you should definitely try it out if you never have done it. So don't buy the book, but just see the comment below. Also, it's for free.
Inspiration? That made me consistent.
So the next one is a very short one. It's just a quote. Personally, I really like quotes. I don't know what it is, but since I can remember, I just write down quotes that I really like. I read it somewhere, someone says something that sticks to me, I scribble it down either on my note app, on a random piece of paper, or whatever is laying around. This has the benefit that sometimes I grab in my pocket or open an old notebook or calendar or something and I just see a random quote and I feel a bit like a squirrel who finds a random nut and is just very happy, even though it puts it first there. But hey, enough from that. Every second counts if you count every second. I heard it the first time in the Nike Run app, and I don't think I need to say that I'm not sponsored, but not sponsored. I just tried it out to start running, and one of the guided runs there, the coach says, every second counts if you count every second. And it's basically about that we are having so often big goals and achievements that we want to reach, which is great because only if we have a goal we can work towards that and get happy and healthy and whatever we want to do. But we very often forget the way there. So when we want to, for example, become a better runner, we say, okay, we want to run for an hour or for 10 kilometers or something like this. But we very often forget that it's those small things that actually lead there. So every second you are working out, let's say, brings you closer to that goal to be healthy or stronger or more athletic. So yeah, basically this quote reminded me that it's not only about intensity, it's about consistency. So it's better to focus on the small things that you can do day by day rather than those big goals and achievements that take a lot of effort and time to actually do them. So yeah, every second counts if you count every second.
Inspiration for when I doubt myself.
The next one isn't really new to me. It's a song I've already heard a bunch of times since a long time, and I really like it. It's called Opportunity by Akira the Don. I don't know if you know Akira the Don, but they are transforming motivational speeches, or in this case, a poem, into a song, and it's very catchy and motivational and nice. So this one is based on a poem from Burton Barley, this guy. The lyrics of the song or the poem are very inspirational and motivational, especially when you doubt yourself. Maybe you know this feeling that because we have so much access to so many different things, it's really great because you can do whatever you want. But at the same time, at least for me, it sometimes gives you the feeling that whatever you do, there are so many better people out there. There are so many better versions of it that why should you even try? For example, I'm making this video here balancing my old phone on books, a $10 tripod, and trying to not touch the table because otherwise it will fall. And then there are people who have whole production studios. So then I feel sometimes like, okay, why am I even doing it? It won't be the best video and people won't care. But that's actually where this song comes in, because it reminds you that the best song isn't written, nor the best book, and also the best video, for example, isn't produced. Instead of thinking, okay, who cares? I'm instead thinking like, okay, the best thing isn't out there, so why not give it my best shot to maybe be the first one who creates something better? And try again and again and again. So if you've been sitting on an idea that you always kind of wanted to do, but then again think, okay, what's the point? Just go out there and try. I mean, what do you have to lose? If you never try it, then you will never succeed. And not succeeding is also the worst outcome you have when you just try.
Inspiration for asking the big questions.
Okay, let me end with something maybe a bit unexpected. With a sci-fi novel. It's not a self-help book, it's not a study, it's not a big autobiography by someone who's smart. It's none of that, it's just a well-written novel, in my opinion. It's called The Scythe by Neil Shusterman, and I listened to it as an audiobook. So I put it here as a book, but I'm lazy, I listen to it. So my first point here is that I feel like fiction doesn't get enough credit. So very often when people talk about inspirations or big thoughts they had, they're talking about a documentary they watched or a TED Talk or this new scientific book they read. And if you're saying you watched a show or read a novel, they might raise an eyebrow and be like, yeah, but is that really, like, that's light entertainment. We are like fancy people who are getting inspired. Every inspiration is great inspiration. It doesn't matter as long as it changes something in you. So I want to make that clear. And here's the thing, that book actually let me reflect more on my goals and perspective on humanity as a whole than some of those self-help books, TED Talks, and documentaries. Okay, let me get you up to speed and give you a little summary. No worries, I'm not spoiling anything. It plays in a future where AI solved all our problem. It's not that the AI is bad, it's not that it's a god, just it solved all our problems. There is no hunger anymore, no war, everyone is happy, healthy, rich or has enough money, and people don't even die anymore. But to slow down population growth, there's a group called the Scythe, which are selected to decide who passes away, basically. While that is the topic of the book, it's more this whole setting and the premise of it that made me think. So basically, if there are no problems anymore to solve, what would we do with our life? Because a lot of people, for example, study medicine because they want to help and cure people. Others go into politics because they want to change the ropes and rules and regulations. And again, others are activists because they want to make people see all the issues that they are. But what if there are no issues anymore that people need to see? There are no issues anymore that you need to solve. And all your family and friends, they're all safe and sound. Nothing threatens them anymore. That basically let me reflect on, what are the reasons I have the goals that I have? Is it to solve problems? And yes, they were. And would I even do them if those problems wouldn't exist? So basically what really moved me is the question that the book a bit quietly asked. What would you do if you don't have to do anything anymore? There's no pressure to earn money anymore, no societal issue to fix or pressure to get a degree to then down the line have enough money for you and your family. None of that. Just the choice of you doing whatever you want to do. Those questions just let you dig deeper and really reflect on what you want and why you want it. And while those questions aren't easy questions at all, they are powerful ones, because if you really understand what the underlying motives of your behavior are, then you can also understand how to reach those goals, but also how to change your behavior if you might not be as happy with it. So this fictional book let me be very inspired and ask those hard questions. Plus, it's an interesting story and kept me listening to it. So, highly recommend. Well, I hope you liked that video. I know it's a bit of a different video, but I thought that sharing sources of inspirations are just always a great way. So in case you have some to share, just feel free to put them down in the comment. And if you look for some new inspiration, maybe one of my other videos can do that for you. So, see you next time!